friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. This is Katie, and if you're new here, hello and welcome to you. I'm so glad you're here and hope you'll consider subscribing for more fun diamond painting videos and shenanigans. And if you're back, of course, welcome back to you as well. Today we're going to be doing a little WIP and Chat together just to have a chance to catch up and maybe get some work done on a project or two. So feel free to pull out whatever project it is you are working on and work along with me. Today I am working on the kit Time to Spare from Diamond Art Club, and it's licensed from the artist Sarah Mustafa. Anyway, I just was thinking, did I pronounce her name correctly? Probably not. So this is based on Rapunzel from the Disney movie Tangled. It's really beautiful. I'm about 2/3 of the way done, and the colors are making me so happy because pinks, golds, it's just lovely. The pen that I'm using tonight is from Jim's Handmade Pen Shop with the gold flakes and just that sparkly effect. I thought it was perfect for Rapunzel because her hair glows when she sings. You can see there's lots of ABs in her hair. The tray is from Unimade. These are tweezers from a toolkit. And tonight I decided to use WeWax. I have not used WeWax in a little bit, and I have been meaning to get back to it. This one is in Salted Butterscotch, and my favorite part about WeWax is just letting it sit out and scenting my work area. It smells so good. WeWax is made by Laura over at Anxiety Art Adventures, and I love getting to support friends in the community and their small businesses. And at the moment, she does WeWax releases once a month. So be sure to follow her over on Instagram and over on her YouTube channel. I'll be sure to link both, as well as her Etsy shop, so that you can catch one of her drops. So, and then for storage, I'm using my good old trusty Elizabeth Ward containers. So let's get started. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope you're doing really, really well. I just realized that I completely forgot to bring a minder over. That's fine. Just pretend I have a really cute minder hanging out with me here. I hope you're doing really well and that your weekend was nice and relaxing and that your Monday is off to a good start. I just want to say thank you for all of the encouragement and kind words on my last WIP and Chat, where I mentioned to you guys that I had a really crazy week coming up, and it was very, very, very hectic. But everything went well, so I'll take it. Let me move this so you can actually see me working. So I really appreciated all of the kind comments and messages and whatnot. Just updates as far as diamond painting related things go. Jessica put up her video for this is week 3 of Summer with the Masters. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I am doing my very first event, and I'm co-hosting it with the fabulous Jessica over at Tiny Worlds of Wonder. Our event entirely focuses on the Old Masters, which for our purposes just means artwork that is before the year 1926 and therefore a part of the public domain. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed Jessica's video on Saturday because she shared about just if she had all the time in the world to diamond paint, these are the different pieces that she'd love to work on as a custom diamond painting. And I don't know about you guys that have watched the video, but seriously, that made my wish list like triple in size. I'm so thoroughly enjoying working on a custom for the first time. I'm not working on it in this WIP and Chat because I am recording. I always record after my kids go to bed in the evenings, and I really have a hard time working on that custom when it's not natural light. Like the direct overhead light like I'm using now, it just can be a little harder for me to see the symbols on it. Frankly, it's because I'm too stubborn to pull out my light pad. The symbols are really, really good. My eyes are just, I think, starting to go a little bit. Anyway, so I'm loving working on a custom. I'm having a really good experience with the one that I ordered. I ordered it from Uniquely Yours Down Under, which I just put up a video today. Well, today is Sunday, so yesterday for you guys, of an unboxing of my custom from Uniquely Yours Down Under. And right after I had finished editing that together and uploaded it, I got a message from the owner, and she was letting me know that she has actually added some pre-packaged old masters kit to her website, which I think is really, really neat. So if you are intimidated or just don't like the idea of ordering a custom and going through that whole process of figuring out sizes and whatnot, she's another one that you're going to have as an option for just going onto her website, browsing art that you can just get as a pre-packaged kit and ordering it. I will, of course, link to her website below and to our event playlist if you want to go catch up. We just have 3 videos up so far, so catching up shouldn't be too difficult, and we're having lots of fun and lots of giveaways. Be sure to go and check those videos out for some fun goodies. Today was a little bit hectic for a number of reasons. So I woke up this morning there just had been like kind of a flurry of activity over on Instagram, in particular in the diamond painting community, because of a shop that launched with a lot of unlicensed artwork that was then doing like really, really shady things, like shadow banning comments and lying to people that ask questions. It was just a mess. And just somehow like a comment I had left on someone else's status, I had a million notifications this morning, and it wasn't directed at me. It would just happen to be in response to the comment. Anyway, so I woke up and looked at my phone like you do first thing in the morning. And Ed was like, what are all these notifications? I need to go have some coffee. Let me grab another color. Hold on one second. Okay. And then we had kind of a little bit of a lazy morning this morning because yesterday I sort of unexpectedly got to have a belated Mother's Day outing with a friend. So we have some really close friends that are local to us that also have a toddler. And the guys had decided, well, to be fair, my friend's husband had asked my husband, he's like, what do you think about us taking the kids for like a day and letting the girls go out and just enjoy a kid-free day as like a little Mother's Day treat. But he wasn't available on like Mother's Day weekend. So we did it this weekend, which was completely fine with me. And so my friend and I, we did some shopping. I picked up lots of fun goodies. We're both fully vaccinated. Like we both had both rounds of shots and we're more than 2 weeks out from those. So it was nice to have like this sort of taste of the normal things that we used to do back pre-pandemic. And we still wore masks and were tried to socially distance and whatnot. But I actually ate out in a restaurant, like where I didn't just do takeout or like curbside pickup. Like I sat at a table at a restaurant with a waiter and had food in a restaurant for the first time in over a year. We sat outside, we got Cheesecake Factory and got appetizers and cheesecake for lunch. Like the basic girls that we are. You know what? We're in our early, mid 30s. We have young kids. Like, I'll embrace that label. I like what I like. What can I say? And appetizers and cheesecake. Yep, sign me up. I get to save money and eat delicious things. So it was really nice to, let me just throw my pen. It was nice to get out kid-free, do a little bit of shopping, and to really feel completely guilt-free about it. Like, we were out for like 6 hours, and it was glorious. I loved it. I really hope that wherever you're at, that you're able to get a little bit of normalcy to your life soon as well. Yeah. Ooh, listen to that pop. Love it. You get that with wee wax too. As I like completely forgot to leave this open so I could smell it. Okay. What else did we do this weekend? Today was a little bit of a more of a flurry of activity. So tomorrow is a really kind of big day for both of my kids, which means I am going to be an emotional puddle. So when you're seeing this, send me happy thoughts today, please, because Monday today is not only Connor's birthday, it's also Micah's first day of preschool. So why is Micah starting preschool in the middle of May? I will tell you. If you listened to last week's WIP and Chat, you heard me mention that I had a really hectic week coming up. We had back-to-back IEP meetings. An IEP meeting for Micah on Monday, an IEP meeting for Connor on Tuesday. If you're not familiar with what IEP stands for, it stands for Individualized Education Plan, and it's for kids that just need a little bit extra support and services that are provided by a school district. And it just lays out a plan with goals of like, here are the things that, we want to work towards. Here's what their assessments and evaluations qualify them for. Here are the ways that we want to help them grow and thrive in really concrete ways. I'm pretty sure I said in that WIP and Chat that I was fully anticipating that they were going to come back and say that Micah qualified for one of their special ed preschool programs. And yes, he does. That was not a shock. I still am trying to wrap my brain around the assessment results, the report, and just some of the things that we talked about where there's a really, really, really solid possibility that Micah is autistic like Connor is. Except I shouldn't say like Connor is, because they are so different in so many ways. It'll look very different for both of them. And something that I've found really, really interesting, I don't know if I'm going to have time to go back and edit this video, but if I do, I'm going to insert a graphic that I found to be really helpful that talks about how autism is not like a linear spectrum where it's like, here, you're less autistic and you're more autistic. It's more like a circle graph or circle chart where there's all these different areas like sensory input, executive functioning, need for structure and routine, physical stimming, like these different areas that different people that are autistic will have more or less needs in, and it just completely varies. So even though Connor never did any of this really like heavy sensory seeking that Micah does, like that doesn't mean that one of them is more or less autistic than the other. I don't know if that makes sense. This is always something that I'm striving to learn more about because, I don't know, sort of the expectations and society's approach and like view of autism seems to be ever evolving, and I just want to be part of the people that are, I just want to be one of those people that's not only advocating for my kids, but also like just being a part of making the world a more supportive place for people that don't fit the mold of your neurotypical person. And not even just neurotypical, people with other, physical limitations or anything like that. So sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent. Anyway, all this to say, Micah does qualify for a preschool program at the school district. I'm really happy that he's going to get to start that. I was really apprehensive going into that IEP meeting because I just thought, I know that there's multiple preschool programs in our district. What are they going to recommend for him? Like, how am I going to feel about this? And I can't even begin to describe to you the feeling of relief when I logged onto that. The meeting was on Zoom. The feeling of relief when I logged on and immediately recognized the teacher, the preschool teacher that was in there, because Connor did a special ed preschool program, and there were 2 different special ed preschool programs at that same school where Connor went, and the teachers worked together often. Connor had one teacher, and Micah, as it turns out, is going to have the other teacher. So it was just like a huge relief to see a face that I recognized and go, okay, they're going to recommend, now I know, they're going to recommend this school for him. I know this teacher. I know Connor's teacher still works there, and that Connor really had a great experience there, and they do a lot together and all this, that, and the other thing. So that just, oh my gosh, I just felt so much relief. I thought, okay, so not all of this is going to be an unknown quantity. So that was Micah's IEP meeting. And in that meeting, they said, so did you have in mind a particular time that you would want Micah to start? And I said, well, knowing that we don't have to wait till next school year. In fact, they strongly recommend that we don't wait till next school year. I said, would next Monday, a week from today work? And they're both like, yep, the team was like, yep, that sounds perfect to us. That'll give us enough time to get all of the paperwork in, and gives the teacher enough time to get like a little cubby set up for him and everything, and just prep. And now that's tomorrow. Here's the thing. I got so relaxed about it because I was like, oh, yay, I know this school. Like, I know the drill. This is going to be piece of cake. Well, that means that I didn't really get started on the mound of paperwork and even some of the logistics, like, he probably needs a backpack, I should order that. All of that stuff, I procrastinated a little bit on it because I just thought, I don't need to worry about it because I know this school. And once I printed out the paperwork that he had signed off on, I was like, this is 40 pages. Oh my gosh. And then I had ordered a backpack for him off of Amazon Prime. And wouldn't you know, I woke up this morning to a text from Amazon saying, we're so sorry, but your package is going to be arriving late. And I was like, but what? No, I need that. And yes, I could have just gotten one at Target, but I had looked on the Target website and none of them were cute, because this is the school off season. Stores don't have back to school supplies in right now because kids aren't going back to school in May. Also, lots of kids have been stuck at home for a year. No, there's not a lot of school supplies. And yes, I am this extra. I just got the cute backpack and all the fun stuff to help Connor prep. I don't know. I think it's just my way of coping. Retail therapy is one of the ways that I sort of cope with anxiety and stress. Anyway, so this all ended in me frantically placing a curbside pickup order for a backpack from a different store, and us running out to go get that. And I had paperwork to do, and then it was just a whole thing. But I think everything is situated. I have 1 or 2 things I need to do, but yeah, I'm to be honest, it's been a really long day and my brain is so fried, and clearly my fine motor skills have given up on me for the day. I'm just gonna go with it. So even though in some ways I'm not that worried about tomorrow, in a lot of ways I'm very worried about tomorrow and how Micah is going to do. Micah still has very, 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 very limited expressive communication, and it all goes out the window when he gets upset. He just cries, and there's no there's no helping him use his words or communicate with us in any other way. He cries. This is something school will be able to help him with, but like there's sort of that mom instinct that goes, but how are they going to know what he needs? They don't even know him. And I just keep coming back to this is going to be so good for him. He's going to make so many strides. It's going to be so good for him to be around his peers. Yes, so it will be good for him, but I'm afraid, like, I know there's going to be tears when I drop him off, like from him and from me, mostly from him. And I just hope, I know that he's not the only kid that cries at drop off, especially when we're talking about 3-year-olds. 3-year-olds. But that doesn't make it any easier for my heart, you know? And don't worry, I will be like the proactive, like strong mom that, you know, gives him a big hug, tells him I love him, and that I promise I will be back to pick him up after school. And then I'm not going to draw it out. I'm not going to linger and make it more difficult for all of us. And then I'm going to just ask the teacher, okay, what do you need me to do to help you with this transition? Okay, I'm going to leave. Okay, bye. Good luck. Call me if something comes up. And yeah. Because I've seen the parents that they just linger and they just draw it out, and that just makes it even harder for the kid. I want to help establish like what he can expect, like what that routine is going to look like, and remind him when I pick him up at the end of the day, like, see, I came back just like I promised. You guys are just getting my stream of consciousness right now because I'm like gearing myself up for this. So I'm anxious. It's going to be good, but I have some first day of school jitters. Let me give you an update on Connor too. So Connor had his IEP meeting on Tuesday, and this wasn't like a full IEP meeting where we talked through goals and everything. This was a transitional meeting. This was to talk specifically about, okay, what do we think first grade is going to look like for Connor? So he'll be switching to a different school that has a program that will work hopefully well for him for first grade. And it's still going to be a special ed class, but it's interesting. It's a combo class. So one teacher has a dozen students in her class that range from first to third grade. I initially was really skeptical about this. I've talked to several of my teacher friends and parent friends that have had some experience with these, and it sounds like it can kind of be mixed results, but at least from my impression with talking with who Connor's teacher is going to be and talking with the team about some of my concerns and my thoughts, I am optimistic. I hope this is going to be a really good fit for Connor, and the ultimate goal of it will be for him to be able to transition to just a gen ed mainstream classroom and not a separate special needs classroom. The reality is him being home for most of kindergarten. We did Zoom kindergarten all the way up until last month, mid-April, when they did another onboarding for people that wanted to come back in person. It was the right choice for us to keep him home and do Zoom school, but that meant that he was out of practice. Like, he didn't get any practice for being in a classroom and what it looks like to have a classroom routine and expectations. They don't get that the same way through virtual learning. So if he would have been in person for the past school year, there's a really good chance that he actually would be in just a regular first grade classroom right now. But they're afraid that would just be like throwing him in the deep end of the pool, and that he might just completely give up. So we're going to give this a try. And I hope that it's a good fit for him. I would be so curious if you are a parent or a teacher and you have experience or thoughts about classrooms with this kind of format where it's special ed, but it has multiple grades in it. I'd just be so curious to hear your thoughts as well. This is as always, the Enneagram 5 in me coming out that I want all the information. I just want to research it to death. And just feel like I have as good an understanding about it as possible before we dive into it. If you hear me talk about the Enneagram and you're like, what is this thing she keeps mentioning? Because I'll just randomly be like, oh yeah, I'm an Enneagram 5, blah, blah, blah. It's essentially a personality test, and some people love personality tests. Some people are super disdainful and skeptical about them. I get it. I'm not one of the rabid cult people that enjoys the Enneagram. I like to use personality tests as a shorthand. I don't like to use personality tests as an excuse for my behavior or an excuse not to change. I don't want to be like, well, I am an introvert, so I am always going to do blank, and that means I don't have to do anything about it. That's really different, I think, than just acknowledging that, I get my energy from being at home and not around people, whereas extroverts get their energy from being around people. But I don't let the fact that I'm an introvert be an excuse to just never see people. My anxiety is the reason that I don't see people. No. I kid, kind of. But I never want to be one of those people that just sort of is looking for an excuse to not try to change and improve. So when I say I'm an Enneagram 5, it's just like a shorthand for explaining I really like knowledge. I like learning new things. It's just inherently, it helps me when I have as much information about a topic as possible. I've apparently just been losing drills everywhere because I keep finding random drills in the middle of my canvas. I'm being lazy about my multi-placing. Anyway, so that was the IEP meetings and the latest updates for what's going on with the kiddos. So hopefully this week will go well. Thankfully, it's only Micah that has a change right now. Connor won't make that move to his new classroom until the fall. Our schools go until mid-June before we break for summer. So we still have a month of school left. And both of my kids, we signed up for the extended school year on the recommendations of their teachers just to help kind of close the gap in that 2.5 months of summer break. We don't want them to totally regress. So summer school is just half days, and it's only for 5 weeks out of the summer. So it's not like, oh, they lost their entire summer. No, they lose 3 hours a day for 5 weeks out of their summer. I think it'll be helpful for them and helpful to keep them kind of in a little bit of a routine. But what's going to be kind of weird is with Micah going to preschool for 3 hours and 20 minutes every day, I am going to have my mornings to myself. And that's exciting and terrifying. I don't know why it's terrifying, but it's a phase that I didn't quite expect to be in at this point. I thought that maybe, I don't know, before Micah being speech delayed and all of that happened, and we realized we were looking at probably qualifying with services through the school district, I thought, well, maybe in the fall of 2021, if Connor will be in first grade, and maybe Micah we'll have put him in preschool at that point. And then maybe I'll have a couple of mornings a week free into myself. And no, now that's happening now, and it's happening multiple days a week. And I'm excited for the things that I will hopefully be able to get done. I kind of want to play around with filming in natural daylight because, as I've mentioned ad nauseum, I film at night after my kids go to bed. And so I film with a little lighting setup and all this, that, and the other thing. But really, natural light is my personal preference for filming and taking photographs. So I kind of want to play around with filming just with natural light. So it's possible that some of my videos later this week, maybe next week's WIP and Chat, if I put it up late, maybe I'll have a little bit different setting. I'll be sure to let you guys know, but I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I guess I can grocery shop during the week instead of having to do it either on the weekends, when Adam can have the kiddos, or running out in the evenings, because right now we're not taking our kids into stores. Micah is not great about wearing masks. Yes, his school teacher knows this. It's one of the things that they will work on. And right now it's just, we don't see a need to take them into the stores and potentially unnecessarily put them or other people at risk. So basically all of my errands and things I do without them, or I do them curbside where we're not getting out of my car. So I can get stuff done during the day. I could clean. Who wants to clean? I can nap. Yes. It'll be fun. I won't know what to do with myself. I'll just be sitting, staring at the clock that first day, so I don't want to go anywhere because what if the school calls? I don't know. But then just give me a week and then I'll be freedom. I think I'm a little slap happy tonight. I spent 2 hours trying to learn some more nuanced things in the Photoshop app on my phone because, wait, there's more of this symbol. Just because I needed to get some photos edited and I didn't want to have to retake them, and I really needed to do some fine tuning that was going to be more than just playing with the settings on Instagram or in my phone. So I kind of just ended up head down doing that for a while. And then I looked up and realized, oh, it's the kids' bedtime. I guess I better put that down. So I don't know, something about that just completely fried my brain for the evening. But I had gotten enough done and set up enough stuff for Micah and Connor for school tomorrow that I thought, I think I could still film a WIP and Chat like I usually do. It wouldn't have been the end of the world. I think you guys probably would have forgiven me if I wouldn't have gotten a WIP and Chat up today. But I really enjoy catching up with you guys at the beginning of the week. And even some of you have mentioned enjoying having my Monday WIP and Chats to look forward to. So didn't want to miss it if I could help it. I didn't even stop to ask at the beginning. I did ask how you were doing, but what are you working on tonight as we WIP and Chat? Are you diamond painting or working on anything else around the house or something else crafty or what have you? Did anyone pick up any of the new releases at Diamond Art Club this past weekend? I almost picked up the new Chuck Pinson, but I held off. I'm trying to be such a stickler about what kits I will pick up at the moment. I have to really, really love them. And particularly at the moment, I know I have some really, really large projects coming, which I've shared with you guys before. I'm hoping that this is the week that the kit that I really want from Diamond Painting Deutschland restocks. They'd initially told me end of May, and it feels like it's the end of May. I know that those things can change, but I haven't wanted to pester them and reach out and ask. But there's a Josephine wall kit from them that I have been watching for a month or two now, and it hadn't come back in stock. Yes, it's one of the ones with over 200 colors. And I've seen this one completed, and I like the finished rendering. So I know what I'm getting into. When I purchased Magical Merry-Go-Round, I had not seen anyone complete it. And I was just going off of the They didn't even have like a rendering or a mock-up like on the website. It was just the image, and I was like, I'm obsessed with this artwork. I want to do it as a diamond painting, and I desperately want to try one of these crazy number of color kits. So that's what I did. And if you didn't know, if you're newer here, hi, welcome again. I have a whole playlist dedicated to it, actually, and I don't think I'm going to have the chance to add it into the cards at the top of this video, but I will link it in the description below if you want to see more of what I'm talking about. I unboxed that kit. It had 225 colors. I shared my whole kitting up process and approach. I finished that kit in 4 months total, though I took 1 month off. So like I started it in November, finished it in February, but I took the month of December off. And it was such a fascinating experiment. And initially I was like, I don't think I want to do one of these ever again. Spoiler alert, I do. They were fun, and I've seen a lot of people getting kits from this shop lately and kitting them up, and it just gives me the itch to do the same. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I'm excited. I'm also trying to iron out, I am planning to start a Patreon and a Buy Me a Coffee on June 1st. And I'm just ironing out the different things that I want to be able to offer. I definitely think vlogs are going to be a part of that, because so often I think during the day, like, oh, this would be a fun thing to like share with, you know, a little tighter knit circle of people, or things that I'd feel comfortable sharing, you know, in a more, in a smaller, like, less out in the world context than, you know, on my YouTube channel where literally like everyone and their mother can see it. So I'm looking into exactly what I want to offer for that, and that will absolutely not be required, and I promise it is not going to change a single thing about what I am offering here at all. The only reason I'm even looking into it is because I've had multiple people ask me about it. And I've been sitting on this for a few months, because you probably remember I brought this up in March. I think after I hit 2,000 subscribers, I brought it up with you guys and floated it with you to see like what your thoughts were. And then I heard all your thoughts, and then I thought I still want to wait on this a little bit longer. Like I don't know. I want to make sure it's something I really feel good about and know what I want to do with it. All of that. And that'll just let me do a little bit more here on the channel. So, yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. What else do we have going on? Oh, so, as far as plans for kits that I'm working on and things that I'm thinking of working on next, I am going to continue working at a slow, enjoyable, leisurely, that's the word, a leisurely pace on my custom from Uniquely Yours Down Under. Miranda, the Tempest. I love that piece so much. I say that a lot, and I mean it. But I'm really taking my time on that one. I want to extend it through the Old Masters event as long as I can. But I did get my custom in from Crafties yesterday. I filmed an unboxing. I think that'll go up this week. I don't know that I'm going to work on that one next. Instead, I've been itching to work on a Randall Spangler kit from Diamond Art Club. Randall Spangler has those really adorable dragons. He's one of my favorite artists that Diamond Art Club licenses artwork from. And I was chatting with my friend Jacqueline the other night, and I was like, I am looking through my GemsFlow app, and I cannot really, I don't know, I can't seem to narrow down what I might want to work on next after I finish Time to Spare, which will probably happen in the next few days. I said, but I think I want it to be a square kit, because I'm enjoying having like a round and a square kit going at the same time. And I finished a square kit just a few days ago, and now I have this kit going, which is a round, and then Miranda the Tempest is a round. So I know that after I finish this one, I want to do a square. Anyway, so it was funny. Jacqueline was like, well, let me pick a number. And then scroll down through your GemsFlow and see what number kit that is. Like, count down and see what number that is. And if you're not familiar with GemsFlow, it's an app you can get where you can track all of your diamond paintings, like the ones you have on the way, the ones that you own but haven't started, your works in progress, and then any that you've completed. And you can even mark, like, if you've completed and kept it, completed and given it away, like all of that. I love it. I love it. It's how I track my crazy, crazy stash. But anyway, so she was like, okay, 11. And so I counted down, and the one that I landed on, I was like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. This was legit probably like my top choice to work on next. So it was kind of the one that I kept thinking, like, you know, I kind of want to work on that one. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do next, because we decided it was destiny, because she randomly picked that number and it landed me on the kit that I kind of was wanting to work on anyway. And that's Celestial Dreams from Diamond Art Club in Randall Spangler. So that was fun. We decided, okay, maybe fate wants me to work on that one. I know that I'm going to bling it out just a little bit. I remember when I unboxed that with you guys, noticing a couple of spots that I was like, why didn't Diamond Art Club include white ABs here? Like, this is the perfect spot for those. So I know I have plenty of like leftover white ABs from my various finished Diamond Art Club kits in my spare drill storage stash. So spare drill storage stash. Can you say that 5 times fast? So I'll probably pull those out, and there's some cute spots to bling up, but excited to get to work on that one. And I keep having an itch to work on Woman in Gold, which I'm sure that you've probably seen. There's a lot of people either unboxing or working on her right now. Lisette over at Lisette Crafts and Tells, I really, really thoroughly enjoy her channel. Please go and check her out. I'll link her below in the description. She has been working on Woman in Gold this year. Incidentally, she's also working on a giant Josephine wall canvas as one of her goals for 2021. But in her weekly, she calls them WIP times, which I think is so cute. Instead of WIP and Chat, she calls them WIP times. She's been working on Woman in Gold in her WIP times. And so every time I watch those, I'm like, darn it, Lisa, you're making me want to get up Woman in Gold. It has the most incredible special drills ever. I have been eyeing that one since I saw Dazzle Driller working on it a year ago over on Instagram. And it would be so perfect for the Old Masters event. But I have a complex about working on a kit that a lot of other people are working on, because I don't want you guys to get sick of seeing the same thing in your feed over and over again. I know that I enjoy seeing a little bit of diversity in my feed. But at the same time, I'm the first person to say, work on what you want to work on. Like, don't worry about what other people are doing. Like, this craft is for your enjoyment. Do what you love. So we'll see. I really want to do a square kit next, and Woman in Gold is rounds and special drills. Lots of glorious special drills. So maybe I'll do the square kit and then maybe do Woman in Gold. We'll see. By the way, if you live in the States and sorry, one second. If you live in the States and you remember me mentioning before, or if you've been looking for Woman in Gold, and, you know, for a few months there, it was really, really, really difficult to track down in the States. It seems like places are starting to get it back in stock again. I am trying to remember the place that Jamie told me that she saw it back in stock. Is it Creative Creations? Jamie, if you're watching, I know you're probably shouting it at me. I will try to go back in our Instagram conversations and take a look and see if I can find what shop that was. But definitely go and take a look. If that's a kit that you've been wanting to get your hands on, but gave up because it was just out of stock absolutely everywhere for a while, go take another look, because I think that Diamond Dots like sent out another round of it to its retailers. It is a Diamond Dots kit, and Diamond Dots doesn't, well, okay, this might have changed actually recently. I want to say they announced something about this, but for the most part, Diamond Dots doesn't really sell on like their Diamond Dots website. They have distributors, they have retailers that they send things out to. Like you can get a lot of Diamond Dots kits at Joann's and Michael's. You can get Diamond Dots kits from other just small online boutiques. So the thing is that all of these different places, and I remember checking a ton when I was looking for mine, like no one had it in stock. Like they had run out of stock and Diamond Dots had not sent them any more. Anyway, it sounds like those are coming back into stock. So if you wanted that for yourself, go ahead and go check out some of those retailers. Hopefully you can get your hands on it. I am debating whether or not, I've been trying to, like I said, be really careful and intentional about whatever kits that I'm adding to my stash right now. So I'm debating whether or not I want to snag one of Die Moon Shop's kits from their brand new artist, Victor. Nope. Do not remember his last name and how to pronounce it. He's Russian, I believe. His artwork is so dreamy and gorgeous. And Die Moon Shop is running some pretty awesome promotions for this month, for like his launch month. And there are a couple other kits from there that I'm really eyeing right now. There was a new Anna Dittman mermaid that got released that that will absolutely be in whatever my next order from Die Moon Shop is. So I don't know. I may be placing an order with them before the end of the month, but I am expecting one more order from them that I'm hoping, I haven't showed up in their roll call yet, but maybe next week with any luck. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll have my order from them that includes the 2 kits that I had specifically submitted the artwork for to be turned into diamond paintings. Other people might have submitted those pieces as well, but there were 2 specific pieces that I had submitted back to back from Cherryuki that I am so excited for. And as soon as those come in, like I want to work on those ASAP because I requested those kits. And how could I like I want to work on them so badly. If you're curious which ones I had requested, I requested the Fruits Basket one, which is fan art actually from one of my favorite manga and anime of all time, Fruits Basket, which I actually discovered when I went to France when I was in high school. My what's the name of it? Like my placement, like they placed me with with a high school student that was my age that I stayed with her family for a week. And she and her friends were really into Fruits Basket. And they were reading in English because, like practically every country outside of the United States speaks a second language, and that's English. So yeah, I remember they lent me a copy or 2 while I was there, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Anyway, so Cherryuki had a couple months back posted this really, really adorable artwork of 2 of the characters from that manga, and I immediately was like, I have to submit this to Diamond Shop because I would love to do this as a diamond painting. And around the same time, she had also posted a new piece that she'd painted of a girl that's kneeling in a pink flower, like a really beautiful pink flower. And I believe it's called Guardian. And so I requested that one as well. So when they did when Moon Shop did their big like release of a bunch of Cherryuki's artwork in April, I could not click add to cart quickly enough. I love it. I love it. So of course I'll unbox that when that comes and share it with you guys, because I'm excited for that order to come in. Other things that are going on video-wise right now that you can expect this week. Hopefully I will have the post review for Guys from Anna Dittman and DIY Moonshop. I'd like to film that and get that up this week. I also have the unboxing of my Crafties custom that I'll be sharing with you guys. Spoiler, I'm really excited to work on that one. I got it in squares and I'm really happy with how the rendering looks so far, actually. And that's a kit that'll be part of the Old Masters event. But I want to share that unboxing with you so that if you might be interested in looking at Crafties to get a custom from, then you may be good. I'm going to try to, you know what? I think I'll finish this section and then we'll call it a night. I just have 2 more colors to go. This kit has actually been going pretty quickly, which as always, I feel like whenever I post like a complete picture of the progress that I'm at on a particular canvas, as opposed to like a close-up, whenever I pull back and post a picture of the whole thing and how much progress I made on the whole thing, invariably, like, you know, people mention in the comments like, oh my gosh, you're so fast, or oh, you're making such fast progress. It doesn't bother me one single bit. I know I'm a fast diamond painter. This is my my favorite of my hobbies. We'll see. That may change now that my kids are going to school and I get some of my mornings back. Or maybe I'm going to just be diamond painting even faster. You know? Maybe I'll just spend my mornings diamond painting. But yes, all this to say that this one is going pretty quickly. There's a decent amount of multi-placing, though when I was working on the bottom half of her face, just a couple of sections up that way, or, you know, over that way. There was a lot of confetti there. I'm still debating if I feel like her face is going to be too harsh. I'm going to know once I do her eyes, because she practically has spiderweb eyelashes. And the original artwork is so much more delicate and soft, I guess is the word. I want to see if maybe I could just rein that in a little bit. Something that I kind of am also having on my brain lately is I think that this year might be the year that we get a dog. We've had a dog before, and maybe I'll get into the story of that another time. No, I've got time. So I mentioned before that it took Adam and I a while to get pregnant with both of our kids. It actually took us a year with Connor. We had just started the process of meeting with an infertility specialist and had just scheduled, you know, like the tests and all of that to start figuring out why we weren't pregnant yet. And then, you know, that's a really emotional time, an emotional thing to go through. And I had been, you know, we had been talking about getting a dog, and I kept thinking, well, no, like if we're going to have a baby, I don't think this is the right time to get a dog. Well, another negative pregnancy test after a year of negative pregnancy test, and we decided, you know what, we're just going to get a dog. So we got a dog. We went to just our local animal shelter, and immediately this sweet little terrier mutt really, really just, he was meant to be ours. And so I always had a really, really sweet attachment to him, and he was so incredibly wonderful with Connor when Connor was born, because then, like, we got him, his name was Tenant, as in, like, David Tennant from Doctor Who. Yes. Tennant. I can't tell you how many people were confused and thought, your dog is a renter, a tenant? No, I just am thoroughly obsessed with Doctor Who. But he was an amazing dog. Anyway, we lost him really tragically when I was pregnant with Micah. And yeah, that was devastating. And then we just said, well, obviously, like, we're not going to get another dog right away because our hearts can't handle it, and because we have another baby. But Micah's 3. He's getting older. It feels like we're able to just breathe a little bit more, and we're both feeling emotionally ready to get a dog again. So I have been just keeping an eye on the animal shelter website. I've reached out to a couple of friends that have, dogs and are fairly well connected in the area to see if there's any rescues that they like to partner with or recommend partnering with. And I'm not in a huge rush just yet because I think we may try to travel back to Ohio or do like a vacation this summer because we haven't flown back to Ohio to see family there in a really long time because of COVID. And I don't necessarily want to get a puppy and then immediately, or a dog, and then immediately like leave for a couple weeks. So, but I don't know. Nothing is set in stone with that. Our neighbor's dog hears me talking about dogs. But I'm ready. And at the same time, I don't want to rush into it at all. I want to make sure we find a dog that's the right fit for us and for our family and is good with the kids and stuff. But yeah, but I feel like as I keep saying to Adam and to our friends, like, I think this might be the year of the dog. I think this might be the year that we finally get a dog. I had always said, like, I don't want to get a dog. Like, I don't want to have to be like have another toddler added to my plate. Basically, like with the puppy stage is relentless. I don't even know that we'll end up with like a little puppy. We might end up with like a 1 or 2 year old dog or something. But I just thought, Micah keeps me so on my toes. I can't fathom adding a dog to the mix right now. That would be a bad idea. Now he's getting older. He's going to be in preschool, and it just sort of feels like the time is right. We're not having any more kids, and I want a dog. I have in my head like it'll be a mutt, I'm sure. I bet. And I don't want like a huge dog as much as I kind of want like a golden retriever. I also don't want the hair. I think that I might lose my mind if I had like a crazy shedding dog, but we will see. Send happy puppy vibes my way. But while I'm finishing this off, because I'm getting really close to the hour mark, and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. But I just thought I would fill you in on all the things that have been going on with us lately. It's been eventful, and this upcoming week is going to be very eventful as well. Please send me all of your happy thoughts today as I'm probably sitting at home staring at my clock, waiting for it to be time to go pick up Micah from school and and then to pick up Connor from school. That's going to be a lot of driving back and forth. But yeah, send me all your happy thoughts. If you made it all the way to the end, why don't you share a dog emoji with me? I know we've done that one before. We'll do it again. A dog emoji in honor of my little Year of the Dog story here. And let me know what you were working on and how you're doing, how your week has been. I hope you're doing really, really well and that your week gets off to a really nice start. We finished a whole section together today, so that was fun to get to do with you. But if you made it all the way to the end, thank you. And even if you didn't see this, thanks for watching what you did. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up before you click away and consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Leave your comments, thoughts, snarky remarks down in the comments along with that dog emoji. Let me know what you were working on today, because I always like knowing what other projects you're all working on. But I hope you have a really good week, and I'm sure I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, friends.